Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another riveting episode of Drinks and Daves. Again, it is standing room only in the bar tonight. And welcome to all the Barflys. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
What's going on?
You know, you got me a little worried. Do we get to talk about your accident?
What accident?
Or disaster? Or something happened right before the show?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, because, I mean, oftentimes we're on like half an hour before, right? Because there's BSing before the BSing.
Yeah, I sprinted in because I had to meet the Amazon guy at the gate.
And we got to within 15 minutes of showtime, and I'm like, should I text him? No, he knows what time it is, but I had like the videos up, and I was like, what will I talk about by myself? And
it was already built in because we're gonna have the Barflys Stump, but we've altered that. For those of you that are in the room, say hello, everybody, so we know everybody's here. P-Beat, hello, drinking a Huger Street Alpi. You know, the man is, I don't know, Dave, we call you bougie. I have a feeling that this guy is just bougie. Well, hillbilly bougie.
He denies it, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll do hillbilly bougie.
Hillbilly bougie.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got quite the liquor collection in his mobile home.
Exactly, but we're altering our subject for tonight. We said that we're going to have you guys stump the Daves, but we're altering it to say stump the Daves with a subject that we can complain about. So
that's
but
right.
Anyhow,
we can complain about anything. So you can throw out a topic in
Hello,
the chat,
Linda.
and we'll do what we can to complain about. So what happened to you? Why were you? Scooting in here at the last moment.
As you know, we bought a motorhome, and we are, outfitting that motorhome with stuff that there's Rich. So I'll pause for you, Dave.
Oh, Rich. Good. Oh,
there.
Welcome, Rich.
So we're outfitting it, and there's certain things like, because I can plug it into the house, but I also want to make sure with the monsoon season. Hello, Stephen. Nice to see you, sir. With the monsoons coming, we're worried about power surges. So I have to, so it's a 30 amp circuit that goes into the coach. Well, I have an adapter for a 30 amp circuit into a 15 amp circuit so I can plug it in to the house, 110. But it doesn't have a surge protector. So I ordered a 30 amp to 15 amp surge protector so it would surge. Well, it turns out that our lovely friends in the Asian continent of where Chinese food comes from put a 50 amp plug on it. Well, that's not what a 30 amp plug looks like. So instead of sending it back and dealing with that, my lovely better half went down to Home Depot to get an adapter. So
I see. So you need to leave this thing plugged in all the time to keep stuff charged up.
Well, yeah. I mean, to keep everything going. Hello, Panteja. So that's kind of that. We had our first shakedown cruise yesterday. We went about 250 miles, and everything's A-okay.
Yeah, that's too far. How was that driving though after the Corvette? Did you get like you hit the uphill and you were just like cursing and stuff?
Well, no, because you just get your momentum up before you hit the hill.
Like you get it up to 110
down the hill. Actually, surprisingly, the coach itself weighs about fully loaded about 19,000 pounds, and it's got a lot of. I mean, it does slow down. It'll slow down to about 50 going up the hills, and but where we were going, nobody goes anyway. So no, I do not have satellite.
No, Starlink, buddy.
Well, we've thought about that. We've thought about that when we decide to go boondocking or boonie hopping or dry camping, whatever they call it these days, where you don't plug in and you're out in the middle of nowhere. We've thought about Starlink, actually, and they do make a mobile version of Starlink.
If you go to a what do they call it?
RV park. Or
RV. If you go to an RV park now, Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm used to there just being an electrical plug-in. Do they have internet plug-in?
Oh, no, they've got, now they have electrical, they've got water, they've got sewer, they've got Wi-Fi. all that kind of stuff.
Oh, just Wi-Fi. You just get the password when you
Yeah.
roll in. And,
But
wait,
we've thought about doing the
sewer.
satellite. Yeah.
So if you're parked, you're continuously hooked up to sewer, so you don't have to fill your.
You can be. Mm-hmm.
Wow, because I was gonna, you said I was gonna give you a rash of crap, literally, about this RV thing, and I've already pointed out that, you got the old man Corvette, and then you got the old man RV, so you're just two of the three.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's take each one of these points separately. The old
No,
man Corvette.
it's
Well,
just-
no, the
I'm just
old man
saying
Corvette.
facts.
Number
Facts.
one, I don't wear jorts, or for the young kids, jean shorts. I don't wear those. I don't wear New Balance tennis shoes,
It doesn't matter.
and I don't wear a Hawaiian shirt when I'm driving my Corvette.
On purpose.
On purpose. So that alleviates that. Now, as far as the RV thing you brought up earlier today, white socks and open-toed sandals, not flip-flops. Well, first of all, I don't do that either because I very rarely wear flip-flops or sandals, quite frankly, because toes are disgustingly ugly in general. Except for women's toes have a tendency to look like just art. Men's toes look like the claws of a goat.
You seem to have taken offense of these comments, Dave. I'm just saying, lucky you that you can enjoy your advanced age with all the toys that you couldn't afford when you were a young
you're
buck.
you're not that much younger than me. No, and the only person I know that wears knee-high socks or ankle socks with open-toed sandals is our good friend Chad.
Yeah. You have to do that to keep your toes clean from the dirt.
No, that's why you wear
sandals
closed-toe shoes.
Right. But
no, I don't have nasty piggies, Rich. I have very good-looking feet, but I guess I was coming back from Austin, Texas on a plane not too long ago, and I had the aisle seat. There was another guy on the window seat, and this guy came in, and I understand now. See, we're starting this off right with the complaining. I understand with TSA and all this other stuff. When I was a kid, you would dress the least amount of sloppiness would be business casual on a plane. Most of the time when we were kids, you're in a shirt and tie, and it was a high class thing. It's like going on a cruise. But since TSA makes it so hard, now more and more people are going with spaghetti laden T-shirts with cutoffs and flip flops. Well, this guy get in, and hey, you want to do flip flops? That's okay. About an hour outside of Tucson, he takes off his flip flops and starts picking his feet.
all right.
Right next to me. Now, the guy at the window looked at me to say, "Are you going to say something?" And I'm like, so I had a moral dilemma here. Do I say something to this slob, or do I keep my mouth shut? It's only an hour, and then I'm off the plane and never have to see this guy again. So I threw it up to God. God said, "Son, don't be mean." Okay, great. Accepting. So we got off the plane, and at that point, when I got off the plane, apparently God left.
Can I say it's nice that you bring issues like this straight to the big man?
Absolutely.
Important things like this.
I believe that life is a basketball. And when you can't dribble it anymore, or you start dribbling, you throw it up to God, and he's going to show you the way. That's my belief system. That's honestly my belief system. So anyhow, apparently when I got off the jetway, God said, "Okay, you're good. I'm leaving." So all these thoughts start flooding into my mind about this guy picking toe jam cheese out of his freaking
After
feet.
the fact.
Yeah, so I'm walking up the
Over and done with at this point.
That's right. But I'm walking up the jetway, and I'm getting more and more upset. And so I start mumbling to myself. Well, people were looking at me like, "Who is he talking to?" And I said, "These people are such bleep, a bleep, a bleep, bleep, bleep. I can't believe somebody would bleep, a bleep, a bleep, a bleep." And I heard a voice behind me from the wilderness. And I heard somebody say, "Yeah, isn't that disgusting?" And I turn around, and it's him. Well, and I snapped. I snapped. I let him have it. And then, of course, Mr. Window Dressing that didn't say a word, then he decides to chime in. So, there's my story.
You broke the glass.
Yes, and P-Beat, I know the movie you're talking about with Lucy and Ricky in that long trailer. And it wasn't actually her name was Lucy, but I don't think he was Ricky in that movie. And they had this.
Wasn't.
You remember the movie? He had a Cadillac, and the trailer was like it's a great movie, and they're going up this mountain, and it's hilarious. It's a good movie.
Now, do you two drive well together? I mean, like,
oh yeah.
Or do you don't get coaching from the side seat there?
Nope.
Wow.
No, she's a very good navigator, and she's in charge of entertainment. And no, we had a good time. We had a really good time on the run.
I was gonna say that.
Although I had forgotten that we had filled the water tank up. Right. So we're going along. She goes, and we're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the mining country of Arizona. There's nothing out there. She goes, if you find a place, I need to go to the restroom. I said, okay, but we don't have any water on the coach. So you can't really do that without water. And she looked at me and she goes, then why did we get a motorhome? And so then I realized we did have water. And then she decided to use the lavatory, but it just happened to be in a very, very windy and a very, very curvy spot. So she came out and she said, well, that was interesting. So we're learning.
Well, I was, my grandparents had one for a short while, and the thing I remember most is having to drain the blackwater tank. After you leave the RV park, you got to pull around and you get that big black hose out of the bumper and hook it up.
Yeah, you dump the gray water and the black water.
Yeah,
Blackwater is
buddy.
first.
Yeah, that's good times.
First.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to an RV camping site and they have facilities, smart thing to do is go to the facilities. But that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
And
it would almost be more fun. I mean, if you're going across country just to pull over somewhere and
that's exactly
stop
the point.
and sleep.
That's why you have a the only thing is there's when you pull over at a rest stop or some area because for instance, Walmart, almost every single Walmart and every single Cracker Barrel allows you to stay overnight because their thought process is if we allow them to stay overnight, they're going to come in and have breakfast and lunch and dinner, or in the case of Walmart, you'll go in and go shopping. However, certain municipalities don't like that, i.e. here in Oro Valley, or just south of here in Oro Valley. Biggest Walmart parking lot you'll ever see in your life. If you have an RV and you park it there to go in and get supplies, and then let's say you decide to stay the night, you will get a ticket. And
no, I wasn't talking about a park. I was thinking like Breaking Bad style, where you just see this dirt road and you take it off for like a mile and park in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, that's boondocking. Yes, you can do that.
You should do that.
Yeah, well, that's what we're planning on it too, because we have 1,000 watts of solar power, so we can do that as well.
You got solar panels on your roof?
6 panels on the roof. Mm-hmm.
Are they stuck there? You got to put them up when you stop?
No, they're permanently attached to the roof, just like a house.
Oh man, like you got to be crapping your pants if there's a hailstorm, huh?
Well, yeah, that could be an interesting thing, but it's no different than a house with solar panels, and then that just keeps the batteries charged.
Yeah, the Winnebagos, you don't have to stop at the quote truck stops at border control and stuff, right? You're not considered a truck.
No.
Yeah. Mm-mm. So they just be like, hey.
Well, no, I know what he's talking about. Like, so let's say that we go visit her family in Louisiana. And for some reason, we're driving back, and out of nowhere in the middle of Louisiana, there is a roadside avocado stand. And she decides to buy a case of avocados. When we get to Arizona, that's the first thing they ask you. They say, do you have any agricultural products? And if you say yes, they get to have a guacamole party because you can't do that. But other than that, no. Because when we go see KJ in next year, right for the wedding thing, you be bet that there will be a couple of cases of whatchamacallit.
You keep mentioning that. Have you been officially invited to his wedding thing?
Yes, I have.
Oh, have you? All right. Mm-hmm. Well, then that shows which Davey likes better.
Well, no, I was invited to his Halloween party a few years ago, and we couldn't make it, and then this. And yes, Rich, I'm not planning on going to Mexico right now.
Not right now.
No,
but
because
if you do, you got to load up with $15 Rolexes for me.
Well, no, what I need to do is make sure that every single thing in the coach is locked so people can't. Well, no, that's a big problem with RVs. People plant stuff. And so, I don't really have. If I want to see the ocean, I will go to California.
Well, you got a built-in security system.
Yes.
With your pooch.
well, I don't know if I'd call that a security system, but no, we'll
Does
go
he
to
not
San
bark
Diego.
at strangers?
Oh, he does for about a second,
Oh,
and then he goes, "Do you have a treat?" And then, but no, we'll go to San Diego because apparently there's some camping sites in San Diego and all up the coast where you can park, boom, right on the ocean.
yeah, yeah. Those
And
would
we're
be
still
gorgeous.
deciding whether or not to fly the friendly skies or take the coach up to, because we want to go to Yosemite, we want to do all these other things. So I don't know. We're still planning it.
Yeah. Well, the tough part, can you have a dog out if you're doing hiking trails in Yosemite and stuff?
Well, I don't know, but we have this. We're getting this thing called a waggle, and it hooks up to your phone. So when you leave the coach, you can start the generator, keep the air conditioning on, and if the temperature gets too high or too low, it notifies you on your phone, so the dogs are comfortable. Plus, we have a sticker on the outside of our coach that says, "Hey, we have a dog in here," just in case something happens.
Very cool.
So,
What are you
so we'll
drinking
see.
today?
I am drinking because we officially got to 102 today, and so I'm
Hmm.
drinking Orbium, Hendrix Orbium, and tonic.
Yeah. Did you work on? No, you have Mondays off.
Yeah.
So you already. Yeah, I had that. I had almost exactly the same. Well, not exact. I had that Orbium and Diet Squirt
I saw that.
when yesterday.
What are you smoking, by the way?
I'm on my first one of the Metropolitan hosts. I got little shorties. So I brought two.
And I'm smoking the Metropolitan Host Maduro Churchill. So
Yeah,
we are
these cost
truly
more than
connected.
I remember because this was like the unofficial cigar of the Drinks and Dave show because we were both heavily into them when it started. And every time I go to buy them again, they're a little bit more than I remember them. They're not I think of them as an economy stick, but
But
they're
they're really
not.
not. They're about 15, 10 to 12, aren't they, at
10.
least? Yeah.
I think so, which is crazy.
So how was your weekend and the beginning of your week?
It was pretty good. Tons of this is a busy week. We got a high school graduation and other stuff going on, and the parents coming into town
Oh, nice.
tomorrow. So it was lots of little errands, and I said, but I'm not an errand person. Uh, each errand, no matter how far away it is like a tick mark, right? And if you have so many tick marks on a weekend day, I don't like it.
Oh, I know.
And
That's why I call Monday Barber Errand Day. And these, yeah, called me an old man. But this, literally, before I leave the house, I write a list and I check it off as I'm going through.
that's adorable.
Yeah.
Your phone can do that, Mr. Technology.
But you're not, so when you're driving, you're not supposed to be touching your phone. It's much easier to take a pen out while you're driving, grab the notebook, and then check it off.
See, yeah, that's much safer.
It is. It is. Yeah.
So we did a lot of that stuff. Yeah, my thing is like wake up and once all the morning stuff's done, breakfast, errands start, get them all out of the way.
Mhm.
So the goal is to not have to leave the house.
Well, that's my goal.
You know what we did? You asked how far away Half Moon Bay was from us.
Mhm.
Oh, I think I said like 45 minutes, right? Something like that. And both the kids were gone. What was it? Saturday, Sunday? I think Sunday evening for dinner. And I don't know if you have this show called Check Please Bay Area. No, you wouldn't have the Bay Area, but
No.
I think it's a series across the country. It's called Check Please.
No.
And they have it's on public TV, and they've got 3 viewers each pick one of their favorite restaurants, and then everybody else goes and eats there. And then the show is they get together and do a review and talk about what they ate and stuff like this. And not only do I not like errands, but all the bridges here are also a mental barrier for me. Anything over a bridge is much too far just to go off to. But I decided, it's been a long time. We don't go out to dinner that much anymore. So I told my wife, I said, hey, find one of those places over in Oakland that you wanted to go from the show, and we'll go there. And there actually wasn't anything on the list. So we watched a couple of the shows, found a place in Half Moon Bay. They had reservations, and we took off and went over to Half Moon Bay. You don't need to put that up, Dave.
Yes, we do. Yes, we sure do.
So we went to Half Moon Bay for dinner and came back. And you know what? When there's not traffic, it's a half hour or a little less from here to there. It's just
Well,
on the
what we would
weekends, the traffic will back up all the way to the bay to get to
well,
the coast.
if we decide to take the coach, then we'll probably rent a car once we get there. I don't know. We're still
Complicated.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not a
we're still.
road trip person. I
Oh, see,
think,
I love them.
Chad got an RV, you got an RV, and I like the idea of like you've got your stuff with you, and I like the idea sitting here imagining driving across the country and seeing different stuff. But anywhere we go within like an hour, I'm done. I don't want to be in the car
Well,
anymore.
but just think of it this way. Think of it as a cruise without the splashing.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
And you're the captain.
Yeah,
And
I don't.
you've got a gorgeous first mate. I mean,
Yeah,
what else do you want? I
yeah.
mean, what
Well,
else can you want? I mean, and like in my case, I'm the captain, Sharon's the first mate, and Kona's Isaac. Kona makes the drinks.
yeah. I don't. I've mentioned this a couple of times that even with the kids, we should rent one, and they're like, "Oh, that seems like hell." I would like to do the train though, like the Rocky Mountain train where you rent the. But that's not cheap either. You
No,
get
I
the
was going to
car
say
you can actually sleep in.
yeah, you could buy an RV for what that cost.
Yeah.
No. Actually, well, one of these days we'll have to circle back around to this. Route 66 is a fun drive. Unfortunately, Avocado Queen, or I'm sorry, Tig Lily is not here right now. She has a story about our adventure on Route 66 that we will have to do on another show because I will say this. It has to do with me having goosebumps, a Taco Bell in Kingman, Arizona.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, goosebumps, a Taco Bell in Kingman, Arizona, and an employee of said Taco Bell coming over to me and saying, "Who is that person that's hysterically laughing in the bathroom?" That's all. That's all I'll say for now. She was crying, and
Wow.
we'll go into that is a very painful memory for me because she reminds me of it all the time. So, anyways,
I see.
so we'll do that. Maybe the next show we'll bring up that as the story. So,
You know what? I don't remember where the heck we were going. I know that we've driven from Colorado to Pennsylvania a few times, and I think I drove. Oh, I think it was in the RV from Colorado to St. Louis. And the middle of the country has a lot of stuff that looks the same hour after hour after hour.
well, the most depressing part is when you you enter the state of Texas just after El Paso, and once you get to Van Horn, Texas, you can speed up to 80, but there's nothing, and really there's really nothing from the Arizona border. Nothing against anybody from New Mexico, but there is nothing between New Mexico and Texas. Then you see a sign that says Texarkana, which is on the Texas Arkansas border, 1,009 miles. That is
Next rest stop.
That's
Hold it.
That's depressing when you know that there's 1,000 miles across Texas.
Now down there, is it all just dirt? Because I know through the middle, it's 7 hours of corn.
Well, yeah, Texas, yeah, actually, if you go Interstate 10, 20, and 30, you start getting into the rolling hills and stuff like that. But if you take Interstate 10, which takes you to Houston, it looks like the surface of the moon the
Yeah.
whole way. Yeah, it's
Yeah, so see, that's where I have a little bit of a trouble of like, see the country, if it all looks the same.
well, that's why you go north. You go north.
Yeah.
Because you know this, if you go from San Francisco up north into Oregon and Washington and then go across Montana, Wyoming, it's beautiful, gorgeous
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, there'd be more stuff there. Do you guys have already preset routes that you're on your wish list?
No, because really what we're using the coach for is we're not going to go away for months at a time. Since I shut the shop down at 2:00 on Saturday, don't have to be back to the shop till Wednesday. We're just going to do little jaunts, 3-4 days. And then maybe in the summer, we'll do a Yellowstone trip, or like if we go back and see Spider and Amber. And yes, what he says about Kansas and Nebraska, they look the same, and all the trees are pointing in one direction because the wind blows from California straight through it. But there are
And it's
parts of
flat.
Well, yeah, but there's parts of Missouri that are absolutely gorgeous. Rolling hills and forest and stuff like that. Yeah, so I mean the country, I just don't want to deal with, like I said, the toe jam picking on the plane kind of ruined it for me.
Jeez, dude.
You
Yeah,
know,
you
it
can
kind
pick your own in your RV. Nobody to see you.
Well, exactly. That's my point. No, yeah, it's and
Yeah.
here's the thing. You're driving down the road and you get hungry. You pull over. You have lunch. You keep going. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff because we have a full refrigerator, freezer, everything.
Yeah.
So shall we? We do need to make a plea. I think you'll agree here because every week we ask the Barflys to send us
Yeah.
ideas for shows. And we are very much like a movie studio. We have forgotten any new content. So we need your help. We need your help to give us new content. So for tonight, give us a subject. Dave and I will either complain about it or we will astound you with
Yeah, the winter
with
should be a
evidence.
good time.
Yeah. Meth labs as far as I can see. Well, then I'm in shape. I got the motorhome. So
Yeah. What else are you gonna? So that's it doesn't look fancy from the outside. So that whole thing where you can remotely start your generator and all that, did it come with that?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, in fact, on the one side that you saw on, I guess, the driver's side, two parts of that slide out 5 feet.
Right.
So the
But
dining
that
room
just seems
slides
like
out.
kind of high tech for something that looks the same as they did 20 years ago. You know?
No. I mean, it's got a king size bedroom and it's a nice bedroom and stuff like that. Full bathroom and
You know what you got? You need to get it wrapped. That's the problem. Is that the designs on the side of them haven't changed for 40 years.
but see, that's a full body paint. That's not decals. That's full paint.
No, but you could wrap it. You need to wrap it in matte black or something like that.
Okay.
Super cool.
Okay, maybe we can do that. Make it like a stealth vehicle.
Mhm.
We could do that. Okay, it looks like we had our first. Is almond milk really milk? Can I take that one?
Do you need more than
It's-
one word?
Well, it's really simple. Almonds don't have teats, so you can't milk an almond.
You can't milk it. We've talked about this. It's almond juice.
Almond juice.
Almond juice. You know that would be, somebody can steal this idea because I'm not going to do it. But you have a new line of food called Truth in Advertising, and you would sell almond juice.
Well, but the reason why they don't do that is think about it. If you're staring up in the refrigerated section and you see almond milk, it brings back the memories of childhood. An ice cold glass of milk, chocolate chip cookies.
I was
But
going
if
to
you
say,
see
when you had almond juice?
well, no, but I'm saying, but if you see a package that says almond juice, you're probably going to throw up in your shoe
No, but see, I don't know.
because it brings
People
that
are all into
connotation
the
that it's
all
clear.
natural and this and that.
I don't like it.
I'm just
personally.
saying it's the
I don't-
start of it's the start of a new wave.
Do you like almond milk? I don't like it.
Yeah. No,
It
I mean
doesn't-
it's kind of watery, but in terms of like if you're keto or
Diabetic.
diabetic and you want to have your lattes and things, you got to find an alternative.
Well, oat milk seems to be okay.
But that's got carbs.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah. Well, so does almonds. They have a
You know
little
what
bit.
I've gotten into is making cold brew coffee. I don't know. I wish I would have tried this a long time ago, but that is delicious.
What is that?
Just there's several ways to make it. I got a pitcher which I didn't need to buy. That it's got like a sleeve in the middle where you put coffee grounds in. You fill it up with water and you throw it in your fridge for 12 hours.
Ooh.
And if you, in theory, if you brew coffee slowly and cold, then it has no bitterness, and that's true.
Wow.
It's super good. So I've been making once I have my hot coffee in the morning. After that, on the weekends.
Oh, you
do
actually use the used grounds?
No,
Oh, okay. See, to me, I take a couple of those steps out of it, and I drive down to the store and get cold brew coffee, Stoke.
yeah. So you can make that on your own.
Yeah, I just do that. Now,
Does
see,
sour cream go fresh after its expiration date? No, Rich. That's just a silly question. I want to know this though. You buy like a sour cream, or I get yogurt in a big tub, and it comes with a little piece of paper on top, and you peel that off and you scoop it out. The next time you open it up, there's water on the top.
Mm-hmm.
How come there's water on the top after you open it?
Do you want the true answer or the one that I'm
Yes.
going to make up? I don't know what the true answer is. It has to do with, I'm sure it has to do with condensation. Because when you think about it, when you open up the cottage cheese and you first start stirring it, it's fairly liquidy. But as you stir it, maybe it's the milk fats separating or something like that. Because it's good. But yeah.
Why wouldn't they separate before?
Because that kind of grosses me out too. Because I open it up, it's like, whoa, yeah, it's like.
Now,
yeah,
here's a weird thing. So you mix in the water, right, or whatever
I just mix
somebody.
it up.
Well, I know who it is now. I won't mention it, but they pour it out, and when I mixed it in at first, they're like, "You mixed that in?" I'm like, "It was in to begin with. Why wouldn't you mix it back? If you pour it out every time."
Yeah, that's true.
It's just gonna. Here you go, PB. This is probably right. It's whey, but PB. Why doesn't it separate out? So my yogurt was a bad example because there's a cover direct stuck on the yogurt. But the small yogurt containers where you peel the metal off, there's still an airspace or something there that it could separate out. But it doesn't.
Oh, we finally have done it. After all the shows that we have a debate.
Controversy?
Controversy.
The
Pantea indicates that it's not whey. Whey has a distinct flavor. Yes, whey, I guess you could say the flavor is way different.
I'll
be here all week. But
yeah,
real quick,
I gotta go in yogurt.
I got to go back to something real quick because Spider put something up when we were talking about almond milk. Yeah, he's right. Yeah. I would like cow juice. See, you wouldn't drink it. You wouldn't drink it if it wasn't called milk. You see cow juice, and you're going to think, well, yeah, but you're going to think cow juice. There are different parts of the body that liquids from cows can come out of.
People drink muscle milk. That's the weirdest named beverage to me in the world. And the first time I saw it in the gym, some dude drinking something called muscle milk just seemed, that's just wrong.
Well, that's like what we talked about before, that there's a company that has marketed Soylent Green.
That's true.
So
whey has
protein and calcium. Separation is normal. But whether separation is normal or not, it shouldn't happen. Because because I eat with my eyes. So you open it up, it should be glistening, and cottage cheese should be chunky and nice, and it's got to be small curd. The large curd.
I was going to ask, really?
It's got to be small curd, yeah. Because that's what goes best when you're making guacamole.
What did you just say?
When you're
guacamole?
Yes.
You put cottage cheese in your guacamole?
It's a Hispanic thing. Yeah, you take, for two reasons. One, the guacamole, the cottage cheese adds a cheesy consistency to the guacamole. Oh, it's so good.
What?
It's wonderful. If you tried it, you'd like it. I guarantee you. Right. You take the guacamole and you make it your normal way, and then you put cottage cheese in it. And not only does it make it taste better, but it extends. You can make more. So it acts like a
that's system. Weird because there's something. What was it that you hate the consistency of? What is it that you won't eat because of the consistency?
Oh, cream of wheat.
That's not what we were talking about. It was something I like that's kind of. So do you make chunky guacamole then? Like when you're smashing up your avocados, you leave them kind of chunky?
No, not really. I mean, there's particles.
We smooth it. So then if you put in cottage cheese, then you're going to have the little chunks of
cottage cheese. It's wonderful. You got to try it, dude. You got to try it.
I'll try it because I like both.
Mm-hmm.
I do like both. Yeah. See.
Okay. Everybody in Arizona, everybody in New Mexico, Arizona, they put cottage cheese. A true Sonoran Mexican will put cottage cheese in guacamole.
Well, okay. So do you go? So you'd like to talk about your real Mexican food there? Mm-hmm. When they serve guacamole, does it have cottage cheese in it?
Depends on the restaurant. But where I go and buy, if we're not going to make our own and we buy some, we go up to Ranchero, the Mexican market, just up the street.
And there's cottage cheese in it. Mm-hmm. All right. That's wild. I'll try it.
It's good. It's good.
It reminds me of every single time people have weird combinations. I had a babysitter once that put peanut butter on cheese, like cheddar cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's got to be the nastiest thing in the world. I tried it. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad, but
I
it's
don't
mucky.
eat it that way.
It's mucky. And what I mean by mucky is it just sticks everywhere. You know, because you got the peanut butter that's thick, and then you don't put sour cream in guacamole. Dear Lord. And besides, Spider, you were in Prescott, Arizona. That's like the Missouri. That's like the Missouri of Arizona. It's the north. It's the north central part. Actually, a little bit west. Yeah, they know how to fly there. I will give them that. They know how to fly. There's no Mexicans in Prescott. Anyways, he knows I'm kidding. But sour cream, no.
Well, have you tried it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because Sharon will take a taco, put sour, and that's another thing. You don't put sour cream in tacos. You just
have you been to Taco Bell? Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
That's
a Taco Supreme. No,
that's right.
No, that's what Sharon gets every time. Taco Supreme. Well, Phoenix. That's not.
Well, okay. Oh my gosh,
Phoenix
you're
is like Los
half
Angeles.
the state now.
Exactly, because the true comes from Sonoran, south.
All right. Well, when you're traveling in your RV and you make it into Mexico, I want you to report back if they
we are going to do a YouTube blog on our travels, and that'll be one of our subjects: guacamole around the West. And we'll do.
I had a burger. I've heard of that from time to time.
It's good.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, there's a restaurant here called Grumpy's that's what they're famous for, is a peanut butter burger.
I just don't think I like the sweet, because sometimes they put also like bacon jam on a burger. I just the sweetness. I'd rather do like the blue cheese or something. Yeah. You need some meaty oomph funk to it.
That's true.
Yeah. Man, I saw this video. What is it? Wendy's has the Baconator or something.
Uh-huh.
And he was complaining it only had 3 like little half pieces of bacon. So he decided to make a real Baconator from home. He made his own bun and used bacon grease in the dough for the bun and chopped up bacon. And then in his burger, of course, he did chopped up bacon bits in the burger. And then he made his own cheese that had bacon grease in it and chopped up bacon and then bacon. So everything had bacon on it. I don't know, man.
That might be a one-way trip to the cardiologist. But so speaking of controversy, if we're talking about food, which we always end up, pineapple on pizza. Discuss. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it, but it doesn't go with most things.
It goes with sausage. It goes with pepperoni. It goes with Canadian bacon.
No. I would say if you're putting pineapple on it, you're limited to a total of 2 or 3 toppings.
Oh yeah, no, I agree there. Pineapple and sausage.
You can't get the supreme or whatever with the onions and the green peppers and all that stuff, and then throw pineapple on it.
Agreed.
That screwed up the whole thing.
Yeah, it has to be a 2 ingredient pizza if you're going to do that. Canadian bacon, Canadian bacon, pepperoni, or sausage. That's it. With
I've done both, but Canadian bacon, pineapple, and pepperoni. Sausage is one of my favorite toppings. Mm-hmm. That seems contradictory.
Have you tried it?
No.
Okay, you got to try it. It's sweet and savory.
So what's your favorite 2-topping pizza?
My favorite 2-topping pizza would be, the JC pesto, but see, that's because it has a pesto sauce, not a tomato sauce.
No. Red sauce, regular pizza, mozzarella cheese, 2 toppings.
Sausage and pineapple.
Really? That's your favorite?
That's my favorite. And every once in a while, I'll break convention and throw mushrooms on that.
Right. See, sausage mushroom, that's my favorite. I
Yeah,
think
try it with a
pineapple would
little bit of
ruin it.
pineapple. Try it with a little pineapple. It's
All right.
it's sweet and savory, but we have a new one. That's akin. Now this is a controversial one.
I
Beans and
don't
chili.
think. Wait, now I'm not a
No beans and
chili
chilies.
aficionado, but I have heard there are definitions that come into play
Mm-hmm.
with this, right?
Yeah. See, to me, chili does not have beans, because here we have chili verde, chili rojo. You know, that's chili. That's chili. Texas chili.
You do know that Arizona doesn't set the definitions for food across the country.
No, but you ask a Texan to put beans in the chili, they're going to bury you out in the pasture.
Right. So chili is just meat and sauce, right?
Well, it's meat. Yeah, meat, and a nice sauce.
So what do they call it when you put beans in it if it's not chili?
To me, it's
Well,
chili
it's just
beans.
chili with beans, right?
Yeah, it's chili beans. Yeah.
Which is weird because you buy chili in the can, it says chili con carne, which would be chili with meat,
Right.
but it already has beans in it.
Sometimes you can get chili without beans,
Yeah.
but they call that a hot dog topping.
Yeah. Holy cow. So for my cadre Christmas gift stuff, my guy was from where the heck is that other day from up north? Cincinnati? Is that where he's from?
Yes.
Chicago.
Yeah, spaghetti.
He got me the local sauce
Mm-hmm.
that they make with beef and put all over their hot dogs. And then he showed me a picture of the way that they eat them there. It had finely grated cheddar cheese about 3 inches high on top of that hot dog. I mean, they're that and the chili, whatever that you make out of that, you don't even need the hot dog.
No, you don't. But
It
the
looks
thing is, what Rich said about putting chili on spaghetti, we take it to another level here. We put, I don't know if you guys can get ranch beans in the cans, ranch beans with jalapenos. We'll put that on spaghetti. With the red sauce.
Is it just like black bean flavored black beans?
No, it's not black beans. It's a pinto bean, like a Mexican pinto bean.
Interesting.
Very good.
So here's some more votes. Pepperoni sausage.
Okay, I'm
pepper
okay
and
with
black
that.
olive. All right,
Okay,
I'm a
I'm
little
okay with
surprised because these are some crazy kids. I was expecting some like anchovies or hot peppers or.
You know, I never used to like anchovies on pizza until I tried it, and then it's actually pretty good. But my favorite pizza of all is called the JC Pesto. So the sauce is a pesto, but it's a JC Pesto. So they take a pesto sauce and they grind up jalapenos into the pesto sauce. So it's a spicy pesto, then mozzarella cheese, fresh tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, and pine nuts. Oh, so good. So good.
Here you go. Here's bougie.
Mushroom and pancetta. Yes, that's
Wild
That's
mushroom.
high end.
That's high end, right?
That's high end.
In a wood-fired pizza oven shipped over from Italy.
Yeah, but see where your family's from, he can probably just go outside down the porch, out into the weeds, and pick up the wild mushrooms. Well, because I know there's a mushroom they call the chicken of the, it's the chicken of the forest. In fact, Matt would go out. I think chanterelle mushrooms or something like that, where they're like the chicken of the forest. In Missouri, I guess you can get them real good.
Dude, I mean, people get educated on that and I'll go out and pick them. And I tell you, what I hear from that is like, all right, he's got a point. It's like, if you don't try it, you don't know if you.
Well,
like
that's the. I seriously, I will. It drives Sharon crazy because I will try anything. Anything. It doesn't matter. Crickets, grasshoppers, ants. I'll try anything once.
Wow, you're gonna have an adventure with your RV.
No, we'll probably be eating steak.
McDonald's. Oh
no, not McDonald's. No, there is a line I do draw.
Do you have a pull-up barbecue grill on that thing to cook outside?
Yes.
Right on.
Yeah, it's actually a Blackstone grill, so we can cook breakfast, and we can cook steaks and stuff. Yeah, that was part. He bought it for the coach. Never used it. It's brand new, still in the packaging. Never used it.
Wow. So. How old is this thing you bought?
It's a 2009.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's got 27,000 miles on it is all. So all the things that could go wrong with it already did. So that's the nice thing about it. No, we're planning on going. That's the one trip we do want to make is up because everybody talks about the Oregon coast. Everybody talks about it. And so I want to see that. And I didn't realize, but I thought the Oregon coast was the real rough coast. But I guess it's the Washington coast that's really rough. The Oregon coast is kind of half and half.
Half, yeah. Bits and
so-
pieces, black volcanic rock, and then sandy beaches, and
Yeah, so we'll definitely go up there.
yeah, it's beautiful. You go in the winter time when the waves are big. Super cool.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's snow up there in the winter, isn't there?
Not in Oregon on the coast.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know. I'm from Arizona. We have two temperatures, cool and blisteringly hot. That's all we have.
Yeah. I hope your air conditioner. That's the other thing I remember about driving cross country in the middle of summer is that I'm sure cars hopefully are better now, but some cars you couldn't run the air conditioning the whole time because it had to work so hard it would overheat your car. And
No, it's got a cut off. So like if you're pulling a heavy load up the hill, the air conditioner will it'll kick off the compressor where it's running on a real low. So we were out in 100-degree weather yesterday, and we'd start pulling. There was one 10% grade that we were going up, and yeah, the air conditioner kind of went down to low until the load was off of it. But we didn't really notice any temperature difference. It wasn't that bad.
so I wasn't kidding. On the back of your RV, there's something that looks like it holds a Rascal scooter.
No, that's a ladder.
Is that what is it? Huh?
That's a ladder. That's a ladder to get on the
Oh.
roof.
On the it's laying down though. And you have to
No,
put it
that's
up?
that's the tow hitch for a car or a bike.
Oh, a
or
big
whatever.
wide.
Yeah,
It wasn't okay.
yeah.
All right. I was gonna
But no,
say.
there,
I mean,
there
that's
will be no Rascal scooters. There'll be
no. You
mountain
need
bi-
mopeds, matching
No.
mopeds.
There'll probably mountain bikes. Probably mountain bikes. Eventually,
But you-
eventually it'll be a Jeep if we go on long trips.
Oh,
'Cause then
you're
we
not
park
going to
the-
start off towing something.
No.
Although that's short enough. It's you can get most places, right? As
Oh
long
yeah,
as
yeah. You can get
you
anywhere.
can park
It's-
it somewhere.
Yeah, it's 28 feet, so it's not that bad. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that bad at all.
Can you sleep above the thing?
No,
Oh,
no. That's where the entertainment system is. That's where the big screen is, and the speakers, and the amplifiers, and all that.
over the driver.
Mhm.
Oh, cool. Did it like fold down?
No, no. It's all in there. Because instead of like what Chad's got is a Class C that has the bunk, we have a
Yeah.
Class C that only has the air dam. So it's really they call it a Class B plus. So
So it doesn't go over the whole cab. All right, I haven't even read this, but it's P-beat, so it's got to be
oh yeah, absolutely.
fried bologna
Cast-
sandwich,
Mhm.
fried egg and meat.
Good stuff.
Bologna
Fried bologna.
with onion. Doesn't that pretty much taste like spam? If you're frying
No.
bologna,
No. Spam is its own food group.
they look the same.
Spam is wonderful. Do you like spam?
I like it in spam masubi.
Yes.
By itself, it's very salty. Too salty for me.
Get this. Well, now you can do this. You can actually go out and buy the spicy spam now. You have been
Nah,
educated.
I was thinking about that when we were doing the hot sauces thing. There's much difference between having one bite and letting your mouth cool down versus continually subjecting your oral cavity to this building heat type of that's different experience.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But so we're on food again. So is there any subjects other than food? Because I think we did we settle the separation on the yogurt or cottage cheese thing?
I don't know. P-beat's pounding on that it's whey, and I'm trying to think of you get whey when you make cheese, right? And like sour cream, unless just because it's dairy, there's whey in it that's not separated out. But even if it's whey, we never answered why it doesn't separate out until you open up the container. So, and
Well,
I'm
maybe-
a little bit disappointed that Rich hasn't Googled this and posted the answer.
Well, maybe it's because when you first open the container, it looks kind of soupy to begin with. When you stir it up, it mixes. So in other words, it's distributed throughout the entire.
We've
No
got a
separation.
hypothesis.
No separation if you smooth the surface.
Smooth the surface. That is crazy. I will have to, because at work I bring a big tub of yogurt and I've got my granola, and that's what I have for a lot of breakfast. So after I scoop it out, I'll give it a shot. Report
Yeah,
back.
because the only problem with that is if anybody comes in and sees you with the bottom end of a spoon and you're smoothing out, people are going to come up to you and say, "Why are you caressing your yogurt?"
Yeah, that's all right. That's one of the things that I think I've reached in my maturity of middle age enough, is I don't give a crap what people think. That's all right. That is a peaceful feeling, right?
Sure. It's whey water.
Whey is liquid.
Yeah, but
PB, you're not answering the question.
Well, he already did up higher.
What he's answering what it is, not why does it separate.
No,
after...
he did. Hold on a second. Let me find it. He did. Let me find it. I know he did.
Right. It's normal, but why not until you open it?
Oh.
Which then, if this other thing is true, that a smooth surface, it doesn't separate, deepens the mystery. Right?
Mm-hmm. You will never look at yogurt or cottage cheese the same way again.
Well, I don't know that I'll get that obsessed, but I'll try it out.
So
I'll forget.
What are foods that you absolutely will not try? Won't try no matter what. Is there anything?
I'm sure there is. I mean, so Pantea's dad makes, there's this Persian stew that's a delicacy where they use kind of the head parts of the lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember what he sent over, something for me to try. I don't think it was might have been tongue or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I tried it. I didn't like it. I'm very curious what some of this stuff you see in the store tastes like tripe and all that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see, and the thing is, it's funny that you mentioned, the Persian side of things that uses like the head of the lamb. In Mexican cooking, you have what they call cabeza, which is the meat that's right off the cheeks and the head. In fact, when we were in Vegas, I think Spider had a cabeza street taco in the hotel, and it's wonderful. Also, what Tig Lily just said, menudo, which is the tripe. And it is so good, so good. You just got to get past the fact that it's the intestines. But, people say, oh, God, it's the intestine. Well, it's not like they don't clean it out. I mean, come on.
Right.
It's good stuff.
So meat-wise, I don't think there's much I wouldn't try. I think, same with you, it's mostly texture stuff, like super gristly stuff or fatty stuff or all that. I just don't.
Well, here's a perfect. I love mountain oysters. They're fantastic. Rattlesnake is good. But one thing that I make that Sharon absolutely hates is you take refried beans. I think I've mentioned this before. Take refried beans and scrambled eggs and mix them together with tortillas. Oh, and some cheese. It's so good. She calls it mucky.
This is where they not for what's the other word?
It's a balut is a fermented egg that's
fermented egg.
That's been allowed to. In some cases, it's been allowed. There's embryos in it. I actually tried that in Bangkok. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I couldn't do.
When it got crunchy, the egg part of it was okay, even though it looked like a bruise. It looked like a bruise that you get on your arm. But I got through that. But when it crunched, that's when I lost my lunch.
Yeah, nothing. See, I won't do anything with bones still in it, I don't think. Yeah, or whole animals. I'm just not down with that.
Yeah. But menudo.
There we go. See, we shot an hour just talking about what we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah, see? Our barflies are the greatest. But again, we have to ask your help. Please email at the email that Dave's going to put up here. Please email us. What? Penis pasta? What the hell is that? I don't even know if I want to ask. We can't leave the show yet. But anyhow, make sure drinksanddaves@gmail.com. Give us some show ideas. I got to ask PB, what in the world is penis pasta?
That's just a bunch of connective tissue, really.
Well, but
Yeah, see, connective tissue too, like tendon stuff. No, I don't want to. I mean,
well, one thing that I eat that we've got a local place here called Lucky Wishbone, and it's basically fried chicken, fried steak fingers, garlic bread, French fries, and they have gizzards. Chicken gizzards, and I love them. Sharon says it's like chewing on a golf ball because it's connective. I mean, a gizzard is just, it's tough.
Oh,
dried pasta made in Italy that is shaped. Wow.
Well, that's just silly. So that's my texture thing is slimy stuff. Like I think aren't chicken feet? If you eat chicken feet, isn't it supposed to be like that? That it's kind of turned into this gelatinous stuff you pull off. I wouldn't.
No, I think it's kind of crunchy, deep fried.
Well, you don't know. You don't eat the. Don't you pull the meat off of the bone?
You deep fried chicken legs or chicken feet. You eat them. You crunch them up. It's like corn chips. Yeah, you crunch it up. Yeah, you eat it.
Then there must be different ways you can make it because I've seen.
So we will no longer call it penis pasta. We will call it weenie linguine.
That's right. That's much more sophisticated. Yeah.
Well, it's much more, to what we do. No, there's like I love Brussels sprouts. A lot of people hate Brussels sprouts. I love them.
Yeah.
Frog legs.
So when are you going to take your first trip with your RV?
Probably in a couple of weeks. We're probably going to go to Patagonia. Well, it depends on the weather, but we were thinking about going to Patagonia Lake. Maybe go up. The problem is it's probably going to be too hot there, so we'll probably head up. But if you're going to boondock, you can do it. But if you're going to go to an established campsite, you got to make reservations a year in advance, minimum.
Yeah, that puts a cramp in the whole. Like, hey, let's just get away for the weekend.
Well, and that's when you find it. Like you said, you find a dirt road, and you go off on it, and you turn. The problem with that is what they call the 2:00 in the morning nasties. So in other words, you're asleep, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you're hyper alert because you don't know if a cop's going to bang on the door or if it's going to be some ne'er-do-well that wants to, be a jerk and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's the only problem with boondocking. But that's what firearms are for.
So what does your generator that runs the AC run off of? Just the gas for the whole thing?
Gas, yeah. We've got three systems. We've got the solar, which charges the batteries. And then while we're going down the road, we turn the inverter on, and then we can run the refrigerator, obviously. And then the generator, you can't run the generator. Well, at least in Arizona and most states, it's not smart to either run propane or the generator while you're driving down the road, because basically you've just introduced another bomb that could happen. And in most states, you cannot have the propane on while you're driving, because our refrigerator runs on electricity or propane, either one. So like if we're boondocking and we don't get to plug in, we can either use our batteries, but those will drain down even though we have solar. So we'll turn on the propane and the refrigerator will run on the propane.
So, but I'm just thinking if you're parked out in the middle of nowhere in the summertime, you want that air conditioning running through the night.
Yeah, so we just turn on the generator.
But do you have any idea how much gas that takes to run it all night long?
I think for 8 hours it takes about a half a gallon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not that much.
Wow.
And we've got a 56-gallon gas tank, so I found that out. even going to Sam's Club, paying 50 cents less than everybody else. It's like, I didn't know that those numbers went that high.
I was going to say, you click the thing and you just walk away and start reading a book.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
P Beat's in a mood today. He's had more than one beer, I think.
Well, there aren't, as far as I know, there aren't adult campgrounds, but I was informed by people that are RV aficionados that if you're walking through the RV park and somebody's got either pineapple lights or an upside down pineapple, apparently they are
it's party time.
Open to partying. Yes.
That kind of surprises me that you would think that there'd be enough retired of any age, Dave, retired folks that don't want kids running around. They just want some peace and quiet that they wouldn't have, not, adult, but nobody under 18 there just for the peace and quiet of it.
We've talked about that, and yes,
that's
there
what
are.
he meant.
I think there are
That's what he
some
meant.
parks. I think there are. See. Now we are guilty. We saw P-Beat write that, and we assumed that he was going to a southern area, which he didn't.
Yeah.
So we apologize. But I'm sure there are some camping spots that are above a certain age, but we've already done that because what I do for a living, I'm in front of people every day. So when I decide I want to have a vacation, I don't want to be around people at all. So we've figured out that what we're going to do is because RVers are among the friendliest people on the planet. If you break down, they will come help you. They also will come by and say, "Hey, how you doing? Nice coach. Can we take a look inside the coach?" Well, Sharon and I have figured out that what we're going to do is when people start walking by, either she or I will look at her or she'll look at me and say, "Hey, did you take care of that thing?" "Yeah, I put one in that dumpster, one in that dumpster, and one in that dumpster. Do you think that's okay?" And usually that'll probably do it. That'll probably,
there you go.
Or it'll get us a visit from...
Yeah, there's got to be books about like back road camping spots.
Oh, there
and
is.
Stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah.
There is. In fact, I spent an entire day downloading apps that that are RV related. So you have All Stays, Camp and RV, which is campsites. Recreation.gov, which is every single national park. You have Compendium, which is that. You have All Stays Military, so I can go to military campsites that are just for military people, which is kind of cool. Then you have United States Forest Service and BLM. So it's got everywhere on Forest Service land, BLM land that you can camp at. Then it's got Overlander, which is another one. So yeah, there's tons and tons of... I mean, we were fortunate. The people we bought it from were full-time RVers for a long time. And so what they did is they put kind of a compendium together for us on what places to go, where to stay, and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, see, PB's way off base. It'd only be if only Dave and I were allowed in the grotto would we want the grotto at the campsite. Yeah.
Well, I can create a grotto, maybe. So no, there are, yeah, that was wrong. What about mountain lions or cougars? Yes, the mountain lions or cougars is a direct quotient to the caliber of the weapon that you have in the vehicle.
I'm gonna say you got a door. You just stay inside. That's it.
Well, yeah, and I'm not worried about the four-legged wildlife as much as I'm worried about crazy two-legged people.
Yeah.
And yes, UFO watching. That's one thing that we wanted to do is we want to be able to go out in the sticks where there's no light and watch for stuff. Yes, I have a copy of the Good Sam Camping Directory already.
Yeah. That's what I used to read when I was with my grandparents because I'd have to find the places that had swimming pools for us to stop at.
Yeah, and I joined the Federal Motor Coach Association, and they've got the same type of thing.
Great.
Plus discounts and insurance.
All right, buddy. Well, I think we did it up this time.
I think we did. We didn't have to complain too much, or we didn't have to fake stuff.
We didn't complain at all.
Yeah. So again, I have to ask, please, everybody, please make sure you give us ideas. Now, we're not going to do any drinking. Yes, I will be doing a video shave from the camper at some point. Yes, of course. But yeah, let us know your ideas. We're not going to be doing any alcohol testing for a little while. I think the vodka kind of took it out of us for a bit.
Yeah.
So, well, I think that was a good show. Hopefully the Barflys enjoyed the show, and we apologize we didn't get the notice out as early as we should have. But that was due to other things.
They know the day, the time.
That's true.
We're good.
And I think that's it. So join us next week, 6 p.m. Pacific Mountain Standard Time. And movies.
Yeah.
Okay, movies or music. Okay, well, give us some specifics, PB. Email us some specifics, and we will talk about that.
I can complain about both of those.
Exactly. So, everyone, thank you for joining us. We certainly appreciate it, and we will see you next week. Say goodnight, Dave.
Night, Dave.
See you guys later. Good night.